This is Mariko Digital. We've got a very special guest on the line today. That's Gonzague Guy Bouchery. Gonzague is the marketing manager of MtGox. He's also in charge of business development.
Hi, nice to talk to you guys.
Nice to have you online, Gonzague.
Thank you very much.
MtGox needs no further introduction. With 400,000 customers, it is the largest Bitcoin brokerage in the world. It's based in Japan and has been running since 2011. In this interview, we're hoping to find out a little bit about MtGox and their view of the Bitcoin world. So I hope that you enjoy the show. Gonzague, could you just tell us a little bit about the original epiphany regarding Bitcoin and the decision to set up and purchase MtGox?
Okay, so Mark Carpless, which is the actual president of MtGox, many years ago, actually, he was working on his first Bitcoin client, actually, Bitcoin wallet, and started to accept Bitcoin on one of his websites. He had a huge opportunity when Jeb McCaleb contacted him and asked him if it was interesting to take over MtGox. And since Mark was, and still is a very hardcore geek, he didn't hesitate for a moment. He loved the principle behind Bitcoin, the concept of it, and jumped firsthand into the Bitcoin world and acquired MtGox and now still run MtGox, as you said earlier, as one of the largest Bitcoin exchange.
Great stuff. And why Japan? Many of your customers are from North America and Europe, so why Japan?
Well, it's pretty simple. Mark was living in Japan and still live in Japan when he acquired MtGox. Mark loved Japan and decided that it was a perfect place to run the business.
Okay, great. What kind of growth have you been seeing over the last 2-3 years?
Well, it's a tremendous growth. As you said earlier, we have 400,000 plus accounts. We are seeing a two-digit growth number in terms of new registration and account opening. And
Wow.
well, when it's come for revenue growth, I mean, everything is on the clear and available on the internet. Go and check on Bitcoin chart. You will see our monthly volume, and you can quickly estimate our revenue growth there, and you will see that it's quite rather impressive.
I bet. Okay, and what's your explanation for the growth of not only Bitcoin usership, but also MtGox's market share?
Well, the growth is, first of all, we are a very, we concentrate a lot on security. Security is our very first, it's paramount for a company.
Mm-hmm.
And having a stable and safe exchange, it is very important. So people will trust us for that. The second thing is that we try to bring as much as innovation as possible. We were among the first to start two authentication security features like YubiKey and even now Google Authenticator. Innovation, security, the fact that we are lucky enough to have starting among the first. Well, it's not a secret. We started first, so we had an advantage, but. Our experience and everything we could deliver so far help people to trust us, our exchange, and to come trade with us. So that's one of the many different reasons.
Okay, and you talk about security being paramount. Obviously, you had the unfortunate incident of MtGox being hacked a couple of years ago. What lessons were learned, and what things have you done to promote security since then?
Oh, the first lesson we learned is that before you take over a business like MtGox, you'd have to make sure that the code is bulletproof.
Okay.
Thing which was actually not the case. And when MtGox was hacked, Mark had to work for two consecutive weeks to completely rebuild from ground up the exchange and make it secure. So that's one thing. The other thing is that, as I said, we have two-factor authentication. We have also one very important security feature which held more than 19% of our coin on cold storage. with different location in different location, obviously, and of course not at the office. And as well as making sure that we are reviewing the code every month, actually, making sure to improve things, and working with companies like a company who's helping us with DDoS mitigation. Cloudflare is one, but it's not the only one, and we are working with more serious companies than this is one.
Okay, so you're saying that you've got one of your security features is that you've got data storage in a vault in a separate location from the office, and
cold
that way
storage. Cold storage.
Cold
All
storage.
Bitcoin,
Okay.
90% of our Bitcoin at any given time are stored in a cold storage. This cold storage, I'm not going to explain too much in detail for security reasons, but think about it. Let's think about it as a paper, wallet paper, let's say. We have this cold storage spread in different locations. That even if one location is compromised, we have a huge majority of our coins somewhere else. And of course, we are not storing our cold storage here at the office.
Okay, so if there was a physical burglary or break-in, then it's kept in a separate location.
If someone, for example, break into our office, he will not have access to any coins. He will not have access to all our customers' documentation and other things like this.
Okay, great. And talking of customers' documentation, MtGox requires details when you join and make an account.
Yeah.
How safe are your customer details?
Well, for that we have been maybe a little bit crazy on security there. But think about this. Think about it like this: all our documents are stored on a server, and these documents are encrypted in 4096 bits. All right. And the only way in order to decrypt these documents is via a private key, and of course this private key is offline and not stored on any server. So someone could maybe, and I hope not, but could try to hack our server, and good luck for that, but he will not be capable to be able to open this file and access to our customers' information. And if I may, sorry, I just I had a lapse blank. The company that we are using for DDoS is Prolex.
Interesting. Okay, so it really feels like MtGox has spent a lot of time trying to get the basics of security and customer details safety down as sort of step one. Yep. What are your goals for the future?
Well, the goal for the future, there is many different exciting projects that I'm actually currently working on. Unfortunately, I cannot give you many hints. But
Come on,
sure
Gonzague.
that
Give us some hints.
1 or 2 months, time frame, maybe. If everything goes according to plan, maybe at the end of this month or early middle of next month, you may have something really amazing coming up. After that, maybe June, another crazy, amazing thing. It's going, when I say crazy, it's going to really change the way people is going to use our services and to enjoy Bitcoin. Now, for the things that I can talk about, one of the very important features that we hope to release pretty soon, we are signing the contract right now with the company, is that we are going to drastically reduce the time for people to be verified. As for today, with the success of Bitcoin, with the success of MtGox, we have a huge list of people waiting to be verified, and we are very sorry for that, but we are going to launch pretty soon a system where people can be identified and verified within maybe a matter of day, actually 1 day.
Wow, okay, because a lot of people say that it takes a while to set up a MtGox account.
Indeed. As for today, we have 7 people working every day on that, and we are going to add 3 or 4 more people next week. So just to give you a feeling of the sheer brutal force of the workload here.
Okay. So the basic problem is that MtGox is kind of receiving so much demand that it's a big job to catch up.
The success of Bitcoin, the success of our exchange, and a lot of new people are coming, subscribing, creating an account. And in order to be on the safe side, these people immediately when they open an account want to be verified, and we understand why for that. But the problem that, as I said, and we are very sorry for that, we've been caught a little bit off guard for that, but we are doing everything in order to change this.
Okay. Go on.
Yeah. Sorry.
For those people who are still unsure about Bitcoin in a very general sense, why? What would you say to them? Why should people get involved in Bitcoin?
Well, first, let's say that in order to be part of a movement that's could potentially reshape the world of finance and how people interact with their wealth.
Wow.
We cannot imagine right now. I mean, some people do. I mean, there is a very famous person that loves Bitcoin and express his love about Bitcoin, which Roger Ver will tell you that right now Bitcoin is changing the world. But it is in order to be part of something that will shake everything. So that's maybe one reason. The other, maybe more practical reasons, is in order to have a real control of your wealth and access at any time, anywhere to your wealth without limits or fees. That could be another reason. And the other reason could be saving money by avoiding the usual banking fees or their charge when you have to wire money from one place to another, or when you have to purchase something.
Okay, so in some ways, this is a movement against the banking industry, perhaps. But for many people, they're interested in, is the money that I have, is it going up in value or down in value? How important do you think that is for many people?
It is extremely important for people to make sure that their wealth will not decrease over time. And Bitcoin solves this problem. Now, I want to go back to say that we are not against the banking world. We are against the abuse of some of them are doing. So we need banks. Everybody needs banks. Some of them are doing a great job, and there is great people working in banks. But some, like in every business, are abusing the system. So we want to be capable. I mean, Bitcoin, sure, in this way, may work for a very long time alongside bank and maybe replace it in the future, but we don't know that. But let's say that, well, Bitcoin offers something different, so offer an alternative that will most probably help people who abuse the system to rethink their position and most probably create something, a better harmony between people and their wealth.
Okay, and what do you see being the future of Bitcoin and other digital currencies in terms of how normally it's used and how commonly?
Well, there is the immediate future. It's money and wealth transfer. Right, that's definitely a very important thing. When you're sending money from one company to another company at the other end of the world, is very fast. It's secure, and it comes at no cost. Bitcoin to Bitcoin transactions are totally free. So that's one thing. The other, for you and I, for example, it's a saving feature. You can use Bitcoin like gold and silver, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are interested for that because, well, maybe not everybody can purchase 1 kilogram of gold or silver and store them safely at home. While a Bitcoin, well, there is many ways to store it without any trouble and could be 100% secure. Now, on the long term, I believe that payment solution is going to be a huge thing. But when I say, and this is a personal opinion, that maybe not everybody share, but I believe that payment solution is of course very interesting, but we are a very long way ahead for that. Because first of all, we need to solve a very important problem with Bitcoin, a major roadblock when it comes to payment solution with Bitcoin. We have to shift the paradigm that people have when they interact with payments. As for today, if you have PayPal, if you use a PayPal account, if you use a credit card, at any given time, you can contact your bank or PayPal. Say, well, someone abused my credit card or my account, and I want to have my money back, chargebacks. So that's people are used about this. People sometimes abuse it, but people feel secure with that feature.
Okay.
Well, right now, Bitcoin doesn't protect customers. Bitcoin protects the seller. If you sell something online or whatever with Bitcoin, well, there is no chargeback. So, for example, if I'm selling a product, when I receive my Bitcoin, I'm 100% safe. But what about the merchant in France? Can you 100% trust the merchant? Is he going to send you the product? Is he going to, and if there is any problem, my parcel is stolen, lost, or the parcel is broken, what's happening? As for today, there is no protection for customers. And this is my personal opinion, and maybe not my company opinion, but I believe that in order to be a fully successful system of payments, for example, Bitcoin, well, we need to solve this. And of course, technology goes very, very fast. Most probably, someone will find a great idea tomorrow or the day after that. But as for today, I don't see any things right now that will help to make secure both sides, the merchant side and the customer side. So as soon as this is solved, then, well, the sky is the limit.
Okay, so for all the technologically motivated entrepreneurs out there, there is a project to be getting on with.
Oh yeah, definitely. If someone can find a solution which is making a transfer from one point to another safe for both parties immediately and securely, then this person will be king.
Wow. Wow. Okay. And how can people do business with MtGox?
That's pretty simple. Just send us an email, a fax, or I don't know, come to visit us. I mean, we are very open. We are a very open company. We'll love to develop our business all around the world. Even if we are a global company, we would like to have more local presence. Well, just contact us, send us your proposal, what you think, your idea, and if we are interested, we will definitely try to see this further.
Okay. Gonzague, it's been a real pleasure to have you on the line.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Okay, you have been listening to Mariko Digital.